The corner kick, first corner of the match. Rochester corner kick off the right wing side. Mladenov will take the kick. Suarez moving over also. We'll see if he might not take the kick, being the left-footed kicker. Suarez comes over, rolls the ball toward the end line, so good possibility he'll take it with the left foot. Here's the delivery into the box and up in the air. The sixth grab by Zagar, comes down with the ball and holds on. Zagar along his 18th and sends a high floater out through the center circle. Underneath it, Demon heads it across midfield. Fuller up but can't reach it. Ball hit it into Rhino territory. Cedric moves up. Collision with Ashton. Ball knocked across midfield. Rolls on a bounce on the near side. Throw in on the near side for DePlacido and the Toronto Lynx. On the near wing to Vinjevic. Sends it across midfield. Ball knocked away, but Vinjevic right back to DePlacido at the midfield line. Through the center circle, stepping up at the play is Vincello. Chasing him, Mladenov. Vincello turns, looks back toward the middle. His pass through along the Rochester 35, taken away by Suarez, and the Rhinos have it. Center circle for Kirk Wilson. To Fuller, one touch off to Mladenov. Tried to tip it up the wing for Miller, but the ball blocked and cleared away and down inside the Rhino 18. Couple of bounces, and it's grabbed there by Andraki. Rolls it ahead out over the line to Craig Demon and off on the near wing. Cedric approaching midfield. Rolls it along his 40 in the middle for Suarez. Turns and looks around with the left foot. Long ball downfield, but headed away by Serio for Maillard. Along his 35, and the Lynx take the ball back. On the near wing, it's Ashton. Sends it through midfield. Demon stepping in collision there. The ball back on the near side. Knocked out of bounds at the midfield line. Throw in for Toronto. No, throw in for the Rhinos at midfield on the near side. To be taken by Cedric. Looks downfield on the left wing. The throw in skips through. Trying to sneak through is Wilson, but it's knocked in the air by Vincello. However, a foul was called on the Rhinos. It'll be a free kick for Toronto from their own 35 on the near side of the field. It's to be taken by Maillard. Maillard, a 22-year-old from Montreal, played last for the Dallas Burn of the MLS, and he'll deliver through midfield. And would headed aside by Steenkamp out on the near wing, but right to Ashton. Long up the near wing and moving in. Demon knocks it away from Gunn, and the ball rolls out over the end line off the foot of Ali Gunn. And the throw in deep in the corner for the Rhinos. About a yard out in the near corner of the field. To be taken by Sedgwick. The throw in along the near side, skipping through along the touchline on the near side, but then rolls out of bounds. Throw in on the near side of the field for the Lynx at midfield. We're in the 7th minute from Frontier Field, and no score between the Rhinos and Toronto Lynx. Vinjevic sliding in, but the ball knocked away, and the Rhinos take it back for Miller. One touch ahead to midfield for Fuller into the center circle. Trying to sneak the ball through to Wilson. He'll play it forward, and Miller turned the other way. Otherwise, he was gone. Wilson able to slip the ball between the defenders, and Miller turned to his right as Wilson fed it to his left. And the ball taken away by the Lynx. Shot downfield into Rhino territory. Knocked aside by Demon, and the Rhinos regain control. Mendez along his 20. Rolls it toward the middle for Bill Sedgwick. Turns it up the left wing side. On the attack ahead on the near wing. As he fakes a pass, now turning back toward the middle. We'll drop it all the way back to his keeper. And Suarez was a little bit too far ahead. As Billy's saying, you got to come back perhaps a little more for the ball. Pass on the near wing out to the 35, and Sedgwick, long delivery downfield. In behind, Miller moving in. As Zagar out, punches it away off his 18 and out of bounds on the near side. So the Rhinos trying to get that long bomb going here. Throw in on the near side of the field for the Rhinos, about 15 yards out. And Doug Miller over for the throw-in. And he's going to back up to around the 20 for the throw-in. Takes a look at the box. Now the long run, and here's the throw coming down inside the 6. It's knocked down by Zagar, and he comes up with the ball on a short hop. As Fuller was there, almost got the boot on it, but Fuller picks it up, but rather the keeper, Zagar, comes up with it. Ball across midfield, Gunn tied up by Demon, and the ball taken away by the Rhinos. It's Mladenov on the right wing side across midfield. Steenkamp won't get to it. The ball skips out of bounds. Throwing on the far side for the Toronto Lynx from their own 35. This is the 9th minute from Frontier Field, and scoreless between the Rhinos and the Lynx. I'm Don Stevens. Joe Giuliano still on his 7-month vacation. Actually, he's on vacation, and now he's taking a vacation from his vacation. You know how those school teachers are. Pass out along the 35, Mladenov. Rolls it back in the middle. Suarez takes it there. Works toward midfield. Pass into the center circle for Wilson, spinning around on him. As was Faria, and the ball knocked away across midfield. Coming back for the ball, Vincello, but blocked by Kurt Wilson up the right wing side. Has it to the 25, turning back toward the middle, spins around, drops it to the outside again for Lavranenko. Long delivery, down inside the front of the box, flicks out, moving it, but off, tips it, and it goes wide to the end line. A race for the ball, comes out the near end of the box, chased after by DePlacido, as the Rhinos just could not quite get a hold of it. On the near wing, Ashton drops it back at the end line, and Serio there will right-foot it out through midfield. Sedgwick heads it up in the air. Center circle, in under the ball. It's Mendez to play it aside. Lavranenko up the right wing again for Fuller. Sneaks behind him, and then played away and downfield. Into the chest of Demon. Center line, sends it across midfield for Fuller. Coming back for the ball, but taken away. And a through ball. Gunn is in behind. Offside. Offside against the Lynx. Unfortunately for the Rhinos, otherwise Ali Gunn is long gone. Gunn coming into this game, leading the Lynx with 6 goals and 2 assists, 14 points. He's the Toronto leader on the season. On the right wing side, Lavranenko flights it through midfield. Coming down to the Toronto 20, headed away by Vincello. On the far side, Faria in under the ball. Spinning around on him is Miller. And the ball played away, and Vincello chips it through midfield. Demon is there, however, hits it back to the midfield line for Steenkamp. One touch to the outside. Mendez back in the middle for Steenkamp. Rolls into the center circle for Suarez. Moving in to knock it away. DePlacido, and Toronto takes the ball. In turn, it's recovered by Suarez as he steals it off the foot of Vinjevic. Center circle. Emac Suarez up the left wing side to Miller. Coming back for the ball. Drops it off of the midfield line as Steenkamp chips it ahead on the left wing. Wilson in under the ball. Turning, trying to get it by. Now the end line to Serio. Turns. Gets tied up, trying to get loose. Wilson still has the ball to Serio. Went down and gets back up. On the near end of the box. In front. Off the chest of Fuller. Moving in. Steenkamp getting his shot away. And the ball hammered away out to the 35 for Vinjevic. Fought forward by the Lynx on the near wing. Sneaking through the gun. On him is Sedgwick, and the ball dropped back at midfield. Toronto maintains control. Nicky Vinjevic from the 40 on the near wing, watched by Milanov. Now pass in front, and Mendez steps in to knock it away off his 18. Out to the 25 for Steenkamp. 11th minute at Frontier Field and scoreless. Cross midfield for Wilson. As he's challenged from behind, spinning around. Wilson from the 40. Long ball down inside, and Miller is there wherever the whistle blows. Offside against the Rhinos. Miller was in behind as he stuck behind Vincello. But that's what caused the offside. Restart for Toronto from their own 25. 12th minute scoreless between the Lynx and the Rhinos. Through midfield. Flicked on by Ashton, but Sedgwick there to knock it away from Barkley. Out of bounds on the near side. A throw in for the Lynx from the Rochester 25. Throw in Vincello right back to the outside for Ashton. His pass back on top. Taken away by Kurt Wilson. The Rhinos have it. And Wilson through ball after Miller. Trying to stick it behind. He moves in, tripped up, taken down. Loose ball, scramble, and batted away. Miller heads the guard down. The foul is finally called. Foul is finally called. A free kick for the Rhinos from 25 yards out to the right of center. Fuller placing the ball, wants to restart where it was laying. That was inside the 18, but the ref says, no way. Lavranenko moving the ball forward, saying, come on, it was up here closer. And the ref says, no, it's back here. I'm 25 yards out. Well, I'll tell you what, there's a chip inside the 18, near end, and the Rhinos won't get to it. It's out over the end line. I think the Rhinos would like to set that one up a little better. Caught themselves by surprise. But it looked like Miller was gone, and probably there should have been... I don't know, maybe there should have been a call on that one, but just the foul, no card issued. And he was battling Zagar as both Miller and Zagar were down on the ground. Neither one could get up to get to the ball. All right, set. There's a goal kick from the 6, and it's chipped out through midfield. Suarez and Ashton bump, and the ball comes off on the near wing and out of bounds. Throw in on the near side for the Rhinos. Sedgwick up the left wing side, ahead of midfield for Suarez. As he turns, able to keep it in, and nope, ball was out, so a throw in at midfield for Toronto. On the near side from the midfield line. Ashton throws it back to his own side of midfield for Maillard. On the right wing, drawing it forward to the midfield line. Long delivery downfield into the chest of Sedgwick, and the Rhinos take it away. Sedgwick rolls it into the 35 for Milanov. Turns it off to the right wing side for Lavranenko. Draws it forward, crossing back on the near wing for Sedgwick. Works the left wing side out to near midfield. Crossing midfield on the near side. Watched by Vinjevic. Now he'll drop it back to his own side of midfield for Demon. Rolls it ahead into the center circle for Steenkamp, spinning around. Pushing into the outside of the right wing for Lavranenko. Back on a give-and-go pass across midfield. Steenkamp rolls it through along the 40 in the middle to Suarez and rolls it to the outside and overlapping on the outside of the near wing of Sedgwick. Drops it back toward the middle. Steenkamp on the 30. Pulls it out in front, sneaks it through to Miladinov. One touch, dropping it back for Wilson. Slips it forward to Fuller. And the ball bounced away. Knocked down by Wilson, then popped up in the air. Comes out of the near side. Taken by Suarez. From 40 yards out. With the left foot. Long down into the box, but that's headed away. Out the far side by Serio. Stepping in on the right wing. Lavranenko, the Rhinos have it back. To the 20. Turning toward the middle. Wilson sneaks into the outside of the box, but it skips through and out over the end line, and it'll be a goal kick for the Toronto Lynx. Sponsors of these broadcasts tonight include Tops Friendly Markets. Information available at topsmarket.com. By the Caledonia Country Club, open to the public Mondays and Tuesdays. And by Blueberry Hill Apartments, offering cable TV, security systems, and central air. All of those sponsoring these broadcasts all season. Ball flighted through midfield. Cross midfield, headed forward by Miladinov, back into Toronto territory on the near wing. Settled by Fuller, giving it back to Miladinov, moving forward, but he's overrun. And the ball knocked down, tipped loose, and chipped across midfield on the near side. In underneath it, Sedgwick pops it up in the air. Suarez, but moving into block at Ashton, and they return. A short hop kick by Demon, flips it through midfield. Turning back. Go the Lynx, ball knocked away by Maillard, and Fuller on him, and a foul is called on Ian Fuller. So the restart for Toronto from their own 20 on the near side of the field. 15th minute and scoreless between Rochester and Toronto. Bob for the ball. That one is hammered through midfield on the right wing side by Cigar. Knocked down by Sedgwick. After it, Suarez settles the feet, and he'll volley it through midfield. Over right to Serio, off the chest, knocks it down, pushes it across midfield for Vinjevic. Then blocked away by Suarez in the center circle, headed across midfield by Miladinov. Up with it, Vincello for the Lynx, sends it through midfield. Barkley and Mendez collide. The ball skips through and chased down at his own 20 by Demon. Rhinos have it. Demon low line drive kick through midfield. Knocked down the midfield line. Wilson lays it out from Miladinov. Looks to the right wing side. Pulls it across the midfield line. Now chips it ahead on the right side. Running on the ball deep in the far corner goes Lavranenko. Has it down at the 10. Turning back up top and drops it along the far touchline to Mendez. He'll first time it along the 18, but knocked away by De Placido up top, and stepping in again is Mendez. Trying to knock it loose. However, the ball blocked away on the far wing, headed and up into the stands by Hughes. Throw in for the Rhinos. On the 35 to Miladinov. Spinning to the outside. Looks for the open man. Pass ahead for Kirk Wilson. Turning back along the 35, spinning to the outside, looking to get away from Vincello. Drops it to midfield to Mendez, hammers it in front. There's Faria to bang it in the air out to the center circle. Sedgwick moves in, knocks it down, and Steenkamp takes the ball away. Knocks it to Sedgwick, off across the midfield line. Suarez slides it ahead. Sedgwick moving up the left wing, turning back toward the middle. As he's bothered there, and does he keep it in? Yes, he keeps it in place. Suarez ahead for Fuller, off the chest of the 20. Turning, trying to get his back ahead. Back heel to Miller, along the 18, sneaks it through inside the box, but nobody there. And the ball pulled away, and Fuller has a few words for the referee saying, where's the call? Rolled out of the box by Cigar on the far wing and sent through midfield. Back for it is Barkley. At the midfield line, we're in the 17th minute. It's still scoreless between the Lynx and the Rhinos. Stepping up as Demon knocks it loose in the center circle. Taken there by Miladinov and across midfield for Fuller. Coming back for the ball, giving it down to Kirk Wilson. In the center circle, spinning around to the midfield line, and he'll drop it back for Mendez. Head cross midfield for Fuller. Knocked off his foot, scramble for the loose ball. Has picked up by the Lynx in the center circle. Faria sends it cross field and on the near side. It's Ashton along his 35 for Toronto with a pass ahead for De Placido. Looks downfield. Being watched there by Miller. Skips it through midfield, but Ashton's out of bounds as he knocks the ball ahead, but he's out of bounds anyway. And so the ball is out, and a throw in on the near side for the Rhinos from their own 35. Again, the 18th minute, as the ball thrown in by Sedgwick for Kirk Wilson. Brings it forward, then the ball tipped loose, and taken back by the Lynx. Out to the midfield line is De Placido. Enters Rochester territory, turning it up the right wing side. Down to the 35, drops it back in the middle for Vinjevic. Draws it forward, Miladinov chasing him. Turns it to the outside, giving it off to Ashton. A pass up the right wing. After the ball goes Barkley and Sedgwick on him. As they battle, the ball rolls out of bounds. That off of Barkley and out, so a throw in for the Rhinos from around their own 5 and on the near side of the field. Going to be taken by Sedgwick. Up the near wing to Kirk Wilson, turning to get away from Ashton. Drops it off, and Suarez, long delivery downfield. But headed away through midfield by Serio. Right to Faria, and the ball at the midfield line. Taken by Maillard. He'll drop it back his own side of midfield. Serio in the middle. He'll chip it ahead up the right wing side. As Sedgwick heads out in the air, comes down the near end of the box and pushed to the end line by Barkley. Deep in the corner, Barkley double team, and Sedgwick knocks the ball away. After it, Suarez tips it off to Steenkamp, and with the right foot hammers it out through midfield. Flicked on by Fuller. Not unable to get to it is Miller, and the ball rolling all the way down to the 18, where it's taken by Cigar, the keeper for Toronto. Giving it forward to Adrian Serio, and a pass across midfield to the outside of the far wing. Hughes tips it along the middle, but knocked away. The Rhinos take it back. Fuller lets it roll through. Miller in, but he's tackled and taken down from behind. And a foul is... No, play goes on. No call. Wow. Play goes on. Ball pulled through midfield into Rhino territory by Vingovich. On the Rochester 35 and a feet in the middle, and getting to it is Wilson. The Rhinos take it away. Wilson turns it upfield. Long on the right wing side. Miller under the ball. One touch, dropping it off from Mladenov. Moves it up the right wing side. Chasing him from behind is Hughes. Mladenov stops, turns, looks toward the middle with a left foot cross along in front, and one headed away and out top. That's popped up in the air by Vingovich. Moving in to tip it loose. Steenkamp drops it back on the outside for Lavranenko, and he'll then play it back to his own side of midfield for Carlos Mendez. Rolls along his 35 to Demon into the center circle for Suarez. Takes a look downfield. He marks Suarez. Now passes through, but that one blocked away by Vincello into the center circle, and the Lynx recover the ball. 20th minute from Frontier Field, and scoreless. Taken away by Wilson, and he is pulled down by DiPlacido, and the foul is called. Now we'll have the restart for the Rhinos from the 35. Suarez will place the ball. And Mladenov looking on. Who will take the kick? Mladenov, right-footed kicker. And Suarez, a left-footed kicker. As they look it over, Suarez steps over the ball, so Mladenov will take the kick. With the right foot, rolls it to the outside. On the right wing, here's Wilson. Cracks in the ball, punched away by Cigar. It comes loose. Lavranenko moving and chips it up over top of the net. And over the end line, Lavranenko grabbed onto from behind. No call. The Rhinos are very upset. There's no call from the referee. And it'll be another corner kick, or another goal kick, rather, for the Toronto Lynx. Sponsors of these broadcasts include the Harrow East Athletic Club, featuring a pool, sauna, indoor track, and fitness classes. Clarion Riverside Hotel across from the Riverside Convention Center. And by Best Volvo. See what Best, the exclusive Volvo dealership. See what you've been missing at 1500 University Avenue. Through midfield, headed up in the air. Flicked on by Fuller. Miller trying to get under it. As the ball headed aside by Vincello, comes off on the near wing and chased after by the Rhinos up the near side. Played through midfield. That one skipping over top of Barkley. Finally settled to feed by Steenkamp along his 30. And rolls it ahead for Lavranenko. As he's chasing behind, trying to get away from Hughes. Drops it off, and the foul is called. Lavranenko coming back, giving Hughes a push. And then turns, and he's yelling at the ref. Rochester players quite upset with the officiating right so far of Andrew Chapin. Not making any calls. Demon on the restart. Pushing into the outside up the left wing and centering across midfield. Rolls it in the middle for Suarez. He'll drop it back. Wilson takes a look around. Drops it to his own side of midfield for Demon. This is the 22nd minute from Frontier Field. And scoreless between Rochester and Toronto. At midfield, center circle, Mladenov. Crossing to the outside, off on the right wing side. Lavranenko, one touch back to the midfield line for Mendez. And up the right side on the return pass to Lavranenko. Into Toronto territory. Left puts it down to the 20, blocked away out top. And Ashton will volley it high in the air through midfield. Mendez back, heads it to the outside. Lavranenko getting to it at the far touchline to keep it in play. His own side of midfield now plays it back to his keeper. And Drake takes it there. Inside of his 18. Waits for players to move upfield a little bit. And we'll hammer it downfield. Coming down to the Toronto 35. Flicked on by Fuller. One bounce inside the 18. Miller was there, but Cigar coming up with the ball on the big hop. And Fuller slow getting up. Holding on to his left shoulder and shaking his arm that has the big cast on it. So must have gotten bumped pretty good there. And the ball along the near side. It'll be a throw-in for the Rhinos on the near side of the field. No, it's actually Toronto evidently did kick the ball out, so Rochester throws it in back to the keeper. All right, the ball pushed forward up the right side. Serio taking it there along the right wing. Will chip it through midfield. Barkley under the ball, but boxed away and out of him, off of him and out of bounds. Throwing on the near side for the Rhinos to be taken by Sedgwick. Throwing across midfield. Fuller flicks it on up the near wing. After getting to it is Maillard, drops it back, and Vincello will then hammer it downfield. Demon back, couple of big bounces inside the 18. Headed to the outside of the box on the near end, and Demon will send it away to midfield. Tipped across midfield by Suarez. At midfield on the near side, DiPlacido stepping in, and the ball knocked away. Off of Suarez and out. Throw in on the near side for the Lynx. From their own 40. to be taken by Maillard. The throw in to Ashton. Has the ball taken away by Fuller. Sneaks it through to Kirk Wilson. 2-on-2 with Miller. Wilson along the 25. Back heel. Miller eyes in behind and offside. The back heel by Wilson, and Miller moved in behind, put him offside. That's pause for station identification. It's scoreless here at Frontier Field in the 24th minute. This is the Raging Rhinos Radio Network.
Rhinos Radio. AM 1040 WYSL Avon Rochester. FM 90.5 WBER Rochester.
Blake picks up again. The ball is knotted down inside the Rochester 18 and scooped up by the Amerks keeper, Billy Andracki. Nice night here at Frontier Field. As the sun sets in behind, 74 degrees. Nice breeze. Ball now sent through midfield. However, the flags pretty much standing limp right now, so must not be much of a breeze out on the field. Up here, there's a nice little breeze. Ball chipped ahead to the Rhino 25, and Demon there will volley it high in the air through midfield. Vincello sends it the other way, and moving in Demon as he's taken down, and a slide tackle by Gunn. The foul is called. And a free kick for the Rhinos from their own 35 near the middle of the field. Rochester back here Sunday night. Sunday night here at Frontier Field to meet the Syracuse Salty Dogs. 6:05 is kickoff time Sunday. Chip through midfield. Fuller up, trying to flick it on. However, just an inch over his head. And that's knocked back to the midfield line where it's taken by Mendez. Rhinos have it. Demon moving forward, turns it to the outside again up the right wing. Mendez across midfield. We're now in the 26th minute and scoreless at Frontier Field. Mendez gets a return pass, pushing into the outside of the right wing for a little nod, and off down to the 35, sneaks it through inside the far end of the box for Miller. As he turns back, looks toward the middle, trying to spin a shot away, but can't get to it. Knocked loose. Miller moving in again, can't get to it. Yeah, Wilson with the ball, holding the 18, but it's tipped off his foot and carried away by Vinovich. Rhinos getting close, just can't get a shot away. Cross midfield, Demon stepping into Barkley as they battle, and Demon hammers it into the stands, and they both go flying. Ball out of bounds, throw it at midfield for the Lynx. Hughes with the throw in off the left wing side for Faria. At the midfield line, drops it back. Hughes pushing it to his defender, Vincello, on the left wing. Draws it forward near midfield. Sends it through midfield to Barkley. Rolls it toward the center circle. Faria. Return pass to the outside, taken by Vinovich. Down to the 18, to the 15. Chased there, deep to the far corner by Lavranenko. At the end line, gets a cross away across the goal mouth. That's knocked in over the end line. And out of play, and that's a goal kick now for the Rhinos. That's the closest the Lynx have come thus far. Other sponsors of these broadcasts tonight: Tire World at 2049 Empire Boulevard in Webster. Sligo's Swiss Sausage Products since 1880. And the Westmont Apartments located at 1021 Spencerport Road. Andracki with the goal kick from his 6. Lights it through midfield. Flicked on by Fuller, but it's taken away on the backside of the head ball by Maillard, and played out to midfield, stepping in to intercept Cedric to Suarez, pass in the middle for Miller. His tip ahead, and Fuller knocks it down inside the 18, waits for the ball, and out to scoop it up his cigar. That one just inside the 18 as once again he beat Doug Miller to the ball. Throws it off on the near side. I'll tell you what, Ian Fuller has had several flick-offs tonight that have almost connected. Right ahead through midfield, out to the center circle. Hughes on the left wing side. Into Rhino territory. Looks at a pass ahead after Barkley coming back. Drops it through to the center circle and back to the midfield line for Maillard. Touching it ahead. Vinovich drops it back his own side of midfield to Serio. And he'll go long up the right wing. Under the ball, De Placido to the end line. Knocks it down and then taken away by Cedric in the near touchline. Cedric is dumped on a foul by De Placido. On a foul and the restart for the Rhinos. To be taken from about their own 5-yard line on the near touchline. Cedric will leave it there for the other ball, Billy Andracki. 2 shaved heads by the name of Billy Cedric and Billy Andracki. Off the left wing side, Andracki. Low line drive kick through midfield. That one turns and bends out of bounds. Throw in near midfield for the Lynx on the near side. 28th minute. And it is scoreless between the Rhinos and Lynx. Out of midfield, Suarez will knock it away. Wilson turns it across the midfield line, and then he runs into Faria, who comes up with the ball. Drops it back to around his 25 to Serio. And then he'll cross off of the left wing side, but stepping in, Lavranenko bumps him over the ball knotted across midfield. Into Rhino territory. Ashton on the left wing side. That's tipped back at the midfield line, and Hughes up with it. Rolls it back toward the middle for Vinovich on the midfield line. Turns and drops it back his own side of midfield to Serio along his 45. as he's double-teamed, pushing it to the outside, and Vincello on the left wing. Top of the ball to midfield, sends it through midfield. Back Suarez, knocks it down off the chest with the left foot, will volley it through midfield. And headed forward by Serio into Rhino territory again. De Placido knocks it loose in the middle. Vinovich turns it to the outside, but De Placido no run there, and the ball recovered by the Rhinos. Demon on the near wing for Suarez, drops it back for Craig Demon at the near end of his 18, and with the right foot will send it out to the center circle. Headed across midfield by Faria for Ashton. He'll move it forward to the 25, trying to sneak through, sliding into the ball, but it's knocked away by Demon out to the center circle. Sneaks away from Mayar on the near wing of the midfield line, pushing it forward to Vincello. Or to Vinovich make that. To the outside of the left wing for Ashton, but that one knocked away by Lavranenko, and the Rhinos have the ball. It's Steenkamp up the right side on the midfield line to Baladanov, cross midfield. Takes a look, still has it, sends it off, trying to sneak the ball in behind, but Vincello knocks it down as Miller was almost gone. And a pass back out to the 40 for Vinovich. Rolls it off on the near side, De Placido through midfield. Tipped momentarily by Suarez, but De Placido gets back to the ball and escapes. Moves it across midfield to the 20, to the outside. Gunn moving in the near end of the 6, takes the shot, blocked away by Andraki and out over the end line. A shot by Gunn for the short side, trying to sneak it through the legs of Andraki, got the right leg on it, knocked it out over the end line. Corner kick for Toronto, first of the match. First time they met this year, back on May 19th, was in Toronto. The game ended up in a 1-goal tie. Next time they played was here, July the 4th, with the Rhinos with a 6-1 win over Toronto. And then 2 nights later, July the 6th in Toronto, Rochester winning 2-0. That's the 3 meetings thus far between the two teams. Well, a kick, an in-swinging kick for the back post, hit it up in the air and out over the other side off the head of Sedgwick. So a corner kick off the left wing side this time for Toronto, and it'll be taken by Vinovich. In-swinging kick for Vinovich. De Placido moving over, saying, wait, hold it up, slow it up here. So Vinovich now placing De Placido. As De Placido touches the ball, Vinovich short into the box, headed away by Mendez. Coming out top, Hughes settling it. However, the offside flag is in the air as Toronto offside, so Rochester now will have the free kick from around their own 6:31st minute at Frontier Field, and scoreless between the Rhinos and the Lynx. Breeze starting to pick up a little bit again, blowing from left to right or into the face of Andraki here in the first half of play. Ball off on the far side. Mendez will take the restart kick. Sends it through midfield, coming down to the center circle. Fuller pushed. And the foul is called, so it'll be a free kick for the Rhinos near the center circle. 32nd minute. Baladanov placing the ball in the center circle. We're scoreless. Chips it ahead up the left wing side. Fuller in behind. Up in the air. Cigar from his 10 comes down with the ball. Throws it off on the near side. Ahead Vinovich. Turns to the outside and Suarez on him. Drops it back. De Placido along the near wing. Low kick to midfield, but knocked down by Baladanov. Rhinos take it away. In the middle on the 35 to Wilson. Spins to get away. Still has the ball. As he turns back toward the center circle, gives it off to Steenkamp. On the right side, lays it out on the right wing for Mendez moving in. Turns it back toward the center circle for Steenkamp. Pulling it back to midfield. Chips it through on the right side to Lavranenko. Sneaks in behind, comes away with the ball. Lavranenko from 25 out. Pass along the 18, but knocked away by Mayer. Here's Fuller, shoots. Right. Oh, goal! The ball knocked down by Mayer. Breaking it on the right wing side. Fuller hammers it inside the post. How's the Rhinos score the 33rd minute and take a 1-0 lead. Ian Fuller. That's his 5th goal of the season. Hammers it in. 33rd minute. Rhinos up 1-0. Now the ball bounced away from the defender, Bayard. Right to Fuller. And takes advantage of it. So it's 1-0 now in favor of the Rhinos. Lotta headed upfield. Cross midfield. Pass to Gunn in the middle of the Rhino 35.
24 in Fuller. That's Fuller unassisted. Time of the Rhinos goal, the 33rd minute.
So Fuller scoring his 5th goal of the season gives him 13 points on the season. And the goal kick for the Rhinos has the ball out over the end line. And the kick to be taken by Andraki as he places it at his 6. Looks away downfield. Sets up again. Rhinos coming back, and then Dracky says, no, back up. Now here's the low-line drive kick to the center circle for Suarez. Bounced up, hit him in the chest. Comes away on the near side. Suarez along midfield. Lays it to the outside of the left wing and moving up is Sedgwick. Brings it ahead, pass toward the middle for Miller. Gets a foot on it to knock it down for Wilson to the outside. There's Sedgwick back heel, but that one bounced away off of Placido and out of bounds. Throw in on the near side for the Rhinos. 20 yards out, and Miller will move up. Now quick throw in by Wilson in the middle for Suarez. He'll chip it high in the air for the back post, and it floats over Miller. Floats over Fuller, rather, as the Rochester player is knocked down. It looks like it might be Timoch Suarez in a collision. Is knocked down, and he's laying on the field, and the whistle to stop play. Suarez now sits up and talking to the ref. Foul is called on Toronto, so the ball will be placed 25 yards out to the left of center. 35th minute, and a 1-0 Rochester lead on the goal scored by Fuller. Suarez is up and all right. So he and Miladinov at the ball. 4-man wall for the Lynx set up at the 18. Set to go. As the wall is placed, Miladinov with the right foot, Suarez with the left foot. Who will take it? Miladinov steps over. Suarez chips it for the back post. Moving in the shot. Off the post. Comes out in front. As at the back post was Fuller. Got it on goal, but it hit the post. And it cleared all the way out of the far wing. Out to near midfield. The Rhinos almost put another one away. Across midfield. Stepping in. Suarez heads to the side for Mendez. And the Rhinos up with the ball. Pushing it to the outside on the right wing. Taken there by Sedgwick and across midfield to Lavranenko. Able to sneak it through to Wilson. That's knocked away and turned by Faria. Out of bounds. Throw in on the far side for the Rhinos. Rochester leading the league in goal scoring coming into tonight with a goal now at 42 on the season. They lead the league in the goal scoring department. Pass at the wing, but stepping in to knock it away is Denman, and the Rhinos have the ball. Lavranenko on the right wing. Through midfield. Coming back, Fuller bumped off the ball. Whistle blows. Vinjevic and Lavranenko doing some pushing at each other. Denman steps in between them, and we have the card issued to Nicky Vinjevic. Vinjevic gets a yellow card. I believe it's only issued to the one side. So the yellow issued in the 36th minute. Lavranenko down on the ground after getting a pretty good bump from Vinjevic. Now he gets up. Lavranenko gets up and has some words for the referee. Restart for the Rhinos, their own side of midfield. 37th minute, 1-0 in favor of the Rhinos. Rochester here Sunday night, hosting the Syracuse Salty Dogs. Syracuse coming to town Sunday night. Carlos Mendez will take the kick. He'll pass it through the center circle, off of the near wing for Sedgwick. From his 35, rolls it along into the middle for Demon. Feeds it to the center circle for Suarez, and the Rhinos begin to move upfield. Suarez sends it off on the right wing side, the open side of the field. Hughes running onto the ball, and on his heels, Lavranenko runs into Hughes, and the ball rolls out of bounds. Throw it on the far side of the field and around the 5 for the Lynx. Ref coming over, having a few words for Lavranenko for the hard charge on Hughes. I don't know, he's going for the ball, and Hughes steps in the way and won't get out of the way, just stands there. It was Vinjevic, not Vincello. 38th minute. 1-0 Rhinos lead. And the ball then is hammered through midfield by the keeper, Zagar. That's headed up in the air by Mendez. Out near midfield, flicked on by Miladinov. Wilson touching it right back to Miladinov and through the center circle. Moves it ahead, sneaks it to the outside of the left wing. Running onto the ball goes Fuller as he battles one-on-one with Bayard at the near end of the box. And Bayard knocks it out of bounds. Throwing on the near side of the field for the Rhinos. About 15 yards out, and Doug Miller will move up for the throw-in. Miller, no points in the last 3 league matches. Continuing to lead the league coming into tonight with 31 points. Here's Miller, short on the throw into the box. Flicked on in the middle by Steenkamp, but no help there. And Vinjevic with the right foot will hammer it out to midfield. Barkley after it there. Mendez on him. Barkley along the midfield line, turning back toward the center circle. Chips it out of the near wing for De Placido. Suarez right on him, and the ball knocked loose at the center circle. Now Ray Sword getting to it first for Ria. On the near side, Ashton drops it back to his own side of midfield for Maillard. On the right wing, long pass downfield, played it through and inside the 18 and out over the end line. And a goal kick for the Rhinos. Other sponsors of these podcasts, Webster Chrysler Jeep at 2111 Empire Boulevard in Webster. or you can join them at WebsterChryslerJeep.com. Callaway Yacker Manziel, a full-service law firm. Call 454-7145. And by Bennigan's Grill and Tavern in the Clarion Riverside Hotel on Main Street. So the goal kick. And Drake takes the kick. Lights it through midfield, headed up in the air. Rhino side of midfield. Battle there between Cedric and Gunn, and foul is called on Cedric. So a quick restart for the Lynx up the right wing side. DiPlacido trying to sneak it through to Gunn. Turns inside the 18, and the ball then is knocked down. A foul is called on the Rhinos. Oh, wait a minute. The ref changes his mind, or what? No, it is a foul on the Rhinos at the 18. As Gunn and Demon collided just outside the 18, Gunn went down, and the foul is called on Demon. So, free kick for the Lynx. Again, 19 yards out, off the right wing side. Ball placed Vinjevic, certainly within striking distance. Hughes is also there. And the Rhinos' wall set it around the 8-yard line. 4-man wall for the Rhinos. Now Vinjevic with the right foot, but Hughes stepping in with the left foot, pins it in right into the chest of Mandrake, and he holds on. So Hughes takes the kick. Went around the wall, but Mandrake is in the right spot. Lights it through midfield. Coming down at the 35, down to the side by Serio, moving in to block it away is Wilson, and a foul is called on the Rhinos. 41st minute at Frontier Field, and a 1-0 lead for the Rhinos. Scoring back in the 33rd minute, Ian Fuller, his 5th goal of the season. Whistle blowing. We have Fuller now receiving the yellow card from the referee, and he is arguing with the ref, and he was in the face of Incello, who was trying to take the kick, so Fuller drawing the yellow card in the 41st minute. On ball down inside the 18. Roller in is scooped up. It is 6 by Andraki. Picks the ball up as Barkley starts the pressure. 41st minute. Andraki rolls the ball outside the 18. Now ahead with the right foot, will drive it out through midfield. Floater coming down to the 35. Fuller flicks it on inside the 18. Ball hit up in the air. Collision. Players go down and then underneath it. Here's the keeper. Cigar comes down with the ball. Incello gets up, holding onto his head. I think a collision with his own man. Got bumped on the noggin. 42nd minute. Cigar, keeper for Toronto. Sends a high volley kick through midfield. Played it down to the Rhino 35. Flicked on inside the box. High DiPlacido, and diving in on the ball as Andraki from his 6 comes up with it. Moves the players away. Rolls it outside the 18, and they'll send a low kick through midfield. On right to Faria. Volleys it back across midfield. Knotted forward by Steenkamp across the midfield line. Ashton taking it for Toronto. And in the center circle to Vinjevic. Turns it up across midfield. Pass ahead for Gunn. Lays it to the outside again. Vinjevic on the right wing. Gets the return pass. On the wing for DiPlacido. After the pass is made, Vinjevic then is knocked over by Steenkamp, and a foul is called. And a free kick for the Lynx from the Rochester 35 on the near side of the field. That's Patter Coley talking to the ref, saying, hey, the ball was rolled about 5 yards too far ahead for the restart. We got the restart away, but the ref blows the whistle, says, no, that's can't do that. Got to roll it back. Try it again. And he places the ball at the same spot. The ref comes over and says, back the ball up. The 4th official also says, back the ball up. Ball for about 2 yards. All right, Vinjevic now from the 35 on the right wing side with the kick down inside for the back post. Up in the air, Andraki knocked down. Still with the ball. Andraki gets back up, has the ball, and now he has a few words for Ali Gunn. Or is that rather maybe Serio? One or the other. In that collision, Andraki comes down with the ball. So goal kick for the Rhinos. Played out the near side. Cedric ahead for Suarez. He turns. Back heel to Cedric. And Suarez is knocked down. The foul is called on Gunn. Throw in on the near side for the Rhinos. Ali Gunn, the 21-year-old from Cameroon, Africa. Off on the right wing side. Drawn forward to midfield. Lavranenko sends it ahead. Fuller flicks it to the outside. After it, Wilson won't get to it as it rolls out over the touchline. Throw in for the Lynx. Far side of the field. Back to near midfield, headed up in the air, flicked toward the middle by Lavranenko, moving in Fuller, but can't control, and the ball taken away by Vinjevic and the Lynx. Pass to the near side to DiPlacido. That one knocked away and turned by Suarez. Moving in Miller, left-footed crack of the ball, rolling in, but misses wide. About 5 feet wide to the right post. Miller from 20 yards out taking the shot, as he didn't get a hold of it very well, and it sort of skipped wide. So a goal kick for the Lynx. 45th minute. 1-0 lead for the Rhinos as we approach halftime here at Frontier Field. Zagar placing the ball. 1-0 lead for the Rhinos. Zagar sets the ball. Takes a look downfield with the right foot. Sends the line drive kick through midfield. That one flicked out by Barkley, but Demon is there for the Rhinos. Pops it up in the air, shanked it off the outside of his foot on the far wing. Headed toward midfield and brought away by Maladov. Going on the right wing side. Miller running onto the ball at the far end of the box. Turns inside the 18, moving in, turns back to the middle. Left-footed kick. Now a right-footed kick as it then is bounced away off of Serio and out over the end line. Miller trying the fancy dipsy doodle moves. Couldn't get back into the middle. Finally got a shot away and it was blocked out over the end line. Wait a minute, that hit the Toronto player and went out. 2 minutes of stoppage time. I can't believe it. They're awarding a goal kick here. Wow. 2 minutes of stoppage time. Zagar with the right foot sends a low kick out to near midfield. That one skips through and out of bounds on the far side, so a throw into the midfield line for the Rhinos. Lavranenko. Now he's going to throw it back from Mendez, who will take the throw in from around his own 45. Throw in across midfield, but headed back to the midfield line. That one knocked down by Kirk Wilson. Turns it to the outside. Lavranenko, midfield, and Mendez long up the right wing side, but over everybody off the chest of Cerro and out to grab it at the far end of the box is Zagar. Throws it along his 20 off of the near side, brought upfield by Maillard. To midfield, chasing behind by Wilson. Pass on the near wing, and along the near touchline, kept in by DiPlacido. Down to the Rochester 20, and a pass in the middle for Gunn. As Fuller gets back, that one knocked away. Along the 18, turned out top again, the 20. The Gunn trying to sneak it through in front. At the 18, turning ball, in as it's knocked wide and out over the end line, and Demon collides with Andraki. After getting a shove from Gunn, and they're all right. They both get up, and the ball out over the end line creates a corner kick for the Lynx. Corner for Toronto. Third corner of the match for the Lynx. This off the left wing side to be taken by Vinjevic. As they set it up, DiPlacido back to Vinjevic. Takes a shot in, but that one headed away out the far end of the box. And the ball, however, was offside or, well, a foul call. No, it must have been offside. So the Rhinos have the restart from about 10 yards out. But there's the whistle, and that ends the half. So Rochester had a lot of pressure. Didn't get a whole lot of shots, but had a lot of pressure in that first half of play and seemingly had the majority of control of play in that first half of play. And again, didn't get a whole lot of shots, however, did capitalize on one, and they came up with the lead. And that's the way it stands here at the half at Frontier Field. After one half of play, it's the Rochester Raging Rhinos 1 and the Toronto Lynx 0. And this is the Raging Rhinos Radio Network.
For the freshest, most delicious fruits and vegetables, there's only one place to shop. Tops Friendly Markets. From exotic fruits to organically grown vegetables or homegrown favorites, you can be sure you're buying the finest produce when you shop at Tops. We guarantee it, or double your money back. Tops Produce, picking the best and bringing it to you fresh every day of the year. For the freshest, most delicious fruits and vegetables, there's only one place to shop. Tops Friendly Markets, just what you're looking for.
Power tools can make or break a job. Chase Pitkin carries DeWalt, made for power, performance, and they'll take a beating. DeWalt drills, saws, sanders, air tools, generators, air compressors, cordless power tools from 9.6 volt to heavy-duty 24-volt models. All backed by Chase Pitkin's lifetime tool warranty. You want power tools that'll last? DeWalt from Chase Pitkin, two of the best names in the business.
Give me five, yeah, give me five. From Salvatore's. Give me five, oh wow. Sure sounds good to me. Give me five and call. Give me 5, it's so good. And Salvatore's has got it all. Give me 5, yeah, give me 5. From Salvatore's.
What's on your pizza tonight? Call Salvatore's 234-5555 and order yours. Or try one of their pasta or seafood dinners, burgers, or subs with their full menu delivery. Salvatore's 234-5555.
Salvatore's will fill your plate. It's so good. Give me 5. Put a smile right on your face. Give me 5, yeah, give me 5. From Salvatore's.
Rochester Raging Rhinos Soccer. WYSL 1040 AM and on the web at WYSL1040.com.
Tonight at Frontier Field, the 22nd match of the season for the Raging Rhinos, and the 4th time the Rhinos and the Toronto Lynx have met this season. And the Rhinos out to a 1-0 lead at the half. And it's time now for the halftime statistics brought to you by Marina Dodge. Let's check the scoring in the first half. There was just 1 goal scored, and that was in the 33rd minute. A goal by Ian Fuller, picking up his 5th goal of the season. Fuller scoring unassisted at the 33rd minute, and the Rhinos taking a 1-0 lead. Again, that was the only goal scored in the first half of play. Unofficial statistics, I had Rochester with 6 shots and Toronto with 5. Again, that unofficial stat, 6 shots to 5 in favor of the Rhinos in that first half of play. Corner kicks, Rochester had 1 and Toronto 3. And offsides, each team called for 3 offsides. Again, those are the unofficial stats for the first half of play. Neither keeper all that busy in the first half. Andracki in goal for the Rhinos and Zagar in goal for the Toronto Lynx. Although Zagar played the ball a lot of times, didn't have a whole lot of shots, but he did actually have a lot of action. And many times the Rhinos trying to sneak the ball in behind to Doug Miller, getting him in a breakaway over the ball just a foot ahead, usually of Miller, and Zagar winning the race to the ball. Coming up with it, he had several chances like that and did win the race to the ball. So Zagar busy, but not a whole lot of shots, not a whole lot of saves. Rochester again capitalizing with 1 in the 33rd minute. A goal by Ian Fuller, and that's the Marina Dodge first half statistics. Coming up next, the Morgan Stanley player profile from Frontier Field, so stick around for that. Tonight, from Frontier Field at the half, it is the Raging Rhinos 1 and the Toronto Lynx 0. And this is the Raging Rhinos Radio Network.
Metro Fitness, the new home of the Rochester Rhinos dance team, located on the corner of Maiden Lane and Long Pond Road, 1 mile north of Grease Ridge Mall in Country Village Plaza. Your neighborhood gym with everything you need to get fit. All memberships include aerobics 7 days a week, Pilates, kickboxing, daycare, plus all the strength equipment you'll ever need. Memberships are $29 per month with absolutely no startup fee. Metro Fitness, known as the most comfortable gym in town, located on the corner of Maiden Lane and Long Pond Road, 1 mile north of Grease Ridge Mall in Country Village Plaza. Or check them out at metrofitness.org.
Frontier, your phone company, asks, what would you like from us?
I need internet service that's fast, reliable, and affordable.
I'd like to choose only the calling features I need, like caller ID and call waiting.
I'd like it all at one great low price.
You talk, we listen. Now you can have it all with the new Frontier Choices. Frontier Choices lets you choose all of your favorite Frontier calling features and combine them with your basic phone service for one low monthly price.
Calling features and phone service for one low price?
Wow, that's simple.
But there's more. With Frontier Choices, you can choose one of our great FrontierNet internet connections too.
So I can get my phone service, internet access, and my favorite calling features all for one low price?
Plus free long distance minutes every month. It's your choice. Order before July 14th and get free activation plus a $10 credit. Just call 777-SAVE. That's 777-SAVE. Some services subject to availability.
Rochester Raging Rhinos Soccer. WYSL 1040 AM and on the web at WYSL1040.com.
Tonight at Frontier Field, it's the 22nd match of the season as the Rhinos host the Toronto Lynx. And thus far, through one half of play, Rochester with a 1-0 lead over Toronto. It's time now for the Morgan Stanley Player Profile, brought to you by Tom Strutt, Senior Financial Advisor and Retirement Specialist at Morgan Stanley. Call Tom at 987-6077. And on our Player Profile tonight, our featured player is the goal scorer in the game, Ian Fuller. As he tells us, looks back at some of the most memorable moments in his playing career.
Well, Obviously college sticks out. You know, I had a great time down at Clemson University, and we had a great program down there. Trevor Adair was the head coach. Growing up, you know, our team was always really strong. Always go to regional final, and that was always memorable. But I think college sticks out.
Yeah, okay. The younger team then, where was that at?
Portland, Oregon. FC Portland Academy is out there. Club that Clive Charles ran, and he's a very respected coach. Was the Olympic team coach for a while, and it's just a wonderful club. And you know, we had some great moments out there.
So it's not specifically a particular moment that you remember most? It's just some years that you played?
Well, you know, in college, my senior year, we won the ACC championship, and that was at home at Clemson University, and that probably was my most memorable moment out of growing up. Certainly, you know, because it was only a few years ago as well. So it was probably my most memorable moment.
The championship game?
Yeah, probably. In the entire tournament, you know, I had a great tournament, and our team did as well. So it was very nice.
All right. What about you personally? Any particular game that stands out where you've scored a lot of goals or something that happened?
You know, when you're little, you just scoring maybe, you know, 5 goals a game, but not one particular game. No, it's just a combination of my college experience, probably.
Yeah. All right, you're really making it difficult for me here, trying to get to some of the meat of these things. But people say that things that they remember, for example, might be the people they've met or the places they've been. How about those things?
Right. Probably Clive Charles was the biggest, you know, influence on me. You know, growing up, you know, his persona, and especially, you know, on the soccer field, he really knows what he's doing. Played in the Premier League, actually was Division I at that moment in England, and he probably had the most effect on me.
But then the places, have you gone some places with teams?
You know, always going down to Los Angeles and San Diego was always tough, you know, playing against the Nomads, and that was probably a great experience for me. I was playing against some class players like Carlos Bocanegra and you know, Danny Califf, so those are probably the most memorable moments.
All right, as you were growing up, you mentioned a coach that had a lot of influence on you. What about your style of play? Was that an influence of that person?
Yeah, I think so, because, you know, growing up in England, they played really direct, and I think Clive instilled that in me, you know, holding the ball up and, you know, flicking the ball on and, you know, being a big man up top. And I think that really showed me the way of how I play, you know. I can, you know, play from back to goal, and that's the way I used to be in England, you know, really direct. So,
as you look back over your career, is there something that you might have done that you would want to now be a different kind of a player, doing something different?
Yeah, you know, I see all these guys scoring, you know, lots of goals like Doug Miller, and I wish I had more of the drive to finish. But, you know, I enjoy setting the fellas up for goals as well. So, you know, I think almost I enjoy that more to see, you know, someone else celebrate and, you know, be a part of the team. So, but I would really like to have more of a goal-scoring touch, I'd say.
So you'd like to actually score more goals, and when you do score a goal, it's a big thing for you?
Absolutely. It's very exciting for me, you know, but I don't get too many of them, but when I do, it's very exciting, yeah.
Well, young kids that are growing up these days, they're learning the game of soccer. What sort of things do you tell them?
Honestly, I think they need to watch more soccer, you know, especially nowadays on television, and come out and watch some of these pros. A lot of, you know, towns around the country starting to have pro leagues, and it's important to have role models, you know. That's very important in the game, and to see, you know, the best soccer around. So I think that's important.
Is it ball handling, for example? Is it playmaking? What are some of the things that you see that the youngsters in the game of soccer in this country need to work on most?
Right. Well, you know, frankly, in our country, we really don't have our own style. It's more of a mixture between, you know, the old English style, long ball, and also, you know, some South American influence, you know, toca, that kind of stuff. So, you know, just probably, you know, being good with your feet. It's always the most important thing, you know, and having vision, you know, in your head. I think that's, you know, the two most important things right there.
There's quite a bit of difference you feel then from the teams overseas and the youngsters growing up in Europe or wherever versus here?
Yeah, they're always, you know, have the ball on their foot in the streets, and anytime they have a break from school, or, you know, some guys don't even go to school, you know, they just live and breathe soccer. So, but, you know, our country's different. We put a high emphasis on education, and, you know, people say we're quite lazy in America, but at the same time, we work hard, you know. So, I think just being, you know, getting some touches as a young kid.
The good news is that you're seeing a lot, aren't you? These days, a lot more soccer is visible with television and games and so on.
Right. When I was young, there was one soccer show on, and it was the German Bundesliga. So, you know, now you can see every league in the world. So, I think it's really important to watch the game. You know, it's on all the time.
Here you are with a cast on your arm. Have you had injuries much over your career?
No, this is really my first injury that put me out for a while. I tore my hamstring a few years ago, but other than that, I've been pretty injury-free, so.
It must have been frustrating?
It's been very frustrating, but the fellow's done a good job, and, I'm looking to come in and continue to get better and better, so. It's been a tough playoff, but it's maybe been good for me because I'm fresh right now.
Ian Fuller, Rochester forward, and the goal scorer tonight for the Rhinos, as we have joined him for the Morgan Stanley Player Profile. At the half, the Rhinos with a 1-0 lead over the Toronto Lynx. We shall continue shortly from Frontier Field. This is the Raging Rhinos Radio Network.
The Connolly Printing Company welcomes back the 2003 Rochester Raging Rhinos. We're looking forward to another exciting summer and hoping the Rhinos can bring a championship back to Rochester this season. If you're in need of a successful printing team, give Connolly Printing a play. We've got 107 years of professional craftsmanship to back up our name. From our digital pre-press wide format imaging to our 8-color printing capabilities, we can do it all. Turn your printing nightmares into creative dreams at Connolly Printing, 72 Marways Circle off Buffalo Road in Gates, 426-4150. Introducing Bob Ruland from Destination Home Realty. Bob's also known as Mr. Parrington, and he's ready to put 18 years of experience in customer service and investment property training to work for you. Bob's specialty, the Fairport Parrington residential real estate market, and coaching qualified, talented people to help them achieve goals in real estate and life. Call Bob Ruland at 248-5500, 248-5500, or visit DestinationHomeRealty.com.
Rochester Raging Rhinos Soccer. WYSL 1040 AM and on the web at WYSL1040.com.
Here at Frontier Field at the half, a 1-0 lead for the Rhinos over the Toronto Lynx. So do have the official stat sheet now, and it shows that Rochester did outshoot Toronto by a slim margin, 4-3. 4 shots for Rochester and just 3 for the Toronto Lynx. The offsides, Rochester 3, Toronto 2. Corner kicks, Toronto had 3 and Rochester 1. And saves in that first half. No saves recorded by Cigar, but 3 recorded by Billy Andracki. Andracki with 3 saves, and Cigar was not credited with a save. And again, there was just the 1 goal scored by Ian Fuller in the 33rd minute. So there's your official stats for the first half of play. A reminder about a couple of things. First of all, tomorrow night is the last home game of the regular season for the Rochester Rattlers. The lacrosse team meeting the Bridgeport Barrage tomorrow night at Bishop Kearney High School. That's tomorrow night. Hope you'll be there for the game. Then on Sunday, back here at Frontier Field, the Syracuse Salty Dogs come to town on a big night of celebrating that night. Sunday night, it's Rex the Rhino's birthday bash, and he'll be celebrating his birthday along with his mascot friends in a friendly soccer game at the half. By the way, the 4-pack available. Get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas for $44. That's the 4-pack is available. And everybody in attendance will receive a Rhinos A-League sticker sheet courtesy of Label World. On top of all of that, if you bring in a non-perishable food item to the game, you'll receive a $5 ticket courtesy of Food Link. So all of that is happening on Sunday night here at Frontier Field. Come on out and see the Rhinos take on the Syracuse Salty Dogs. Coming up, second half action from Frontier Field. The Rhinos with a 1-0 lead at the half. And this is the Raging Rhinos Radio Network.
Hey, Dad, what's that you're reading about? You're so into it.
T-Mode.
T-Mode? What's that? A rap star? Never heard of him.
No, T-Mode is just a little quieter than a rap star. It's the latest in tire technology, available only from Toyo.
I should have guessed. I didn't think you liked rap. But high performance, that's your thing.
Hey, Junior, you don't think I can rap? Check it out. If you want only the best, check the one that's up to the test. Toyo Proxys, that's the one. Winter, snow, rain, or sun, T-Mode tech. for your wheels when you really care how the ride feels. Why pay more for an expensive brand name when Toyo boxes TPT? Well, you get the drift. Toyos are the ideal performance tires for high-speed rated conditions.
I get the drift. You may know tires, but keep your day job, Mr. T-Mode.
Oh, wait a minute. I got another. Hey, son, where you going?
Toyo Tires available at Tire World, 2049 Empire Boulevard in Webster, and Murphy's Tire, 10 Niagara Street in Canandaigua.
Rochester Raging Rhinos Soccer. WYSL 1040 AM and on the web at WYSL1040.com.
Back once again at Frontier Field as we move down to the second half of play. I do see one substitution for the Rhinos, and that is Freddie Commodore in up top in place of Ian Fuller. So Fuller is out, Commodore is in, and perhaps that's because Fuller received the yellow card, and the Rhinos want to make sure that nothing further happens on that. Here we go in the second half. As the Rhinos back, Lovrenko blocks the ball away. Sliding in, but knocked right to Vinjevic, 35 yards out, rolls it ahead. Barkley chips it along the 18, knocked down, and Demon coming back now. Mendez will spin with the right foot and drives it away out of the box on the near side. For the Rhinos, now a throw in for the Lynx from the Rochester 35 on the near side of the field. Still have a player down on the field for the Lynx inside the 18, and that is Ali Gunn is down. Getting up now to his knees and his elbows, and the Toronto players talking to the ref, trying to gain some sympathy. Just getting started, second half, with a 1-0 Rhinos lead. Set to go. Whistle blows on the restart. Hughes in the throw-in on the near side. Goes short to the near end of the box. Snooping in to knock it away. Steenkamp and Lovrenko up the right wing to near midfield, but getting to the ball is Vincello. Drives it ahead, and Steenkamp up with the ball. Turns it to the outside. Is passing on the touchline, but knocked out of bounds. Throw in for the Lynx. On the near side, Vinjevic drops it off. Ashton on the left wing. Ashton gets it back. Hughes, and then the return pass. And moving in, Wilson able to hammer it out to the midfield line. That's headed down to the center circle and recovered by the Lynx. Maillard chips it through. However, there's 35. Steenkamp flicks it aside, and Sedgwick dipping into the outside on the far wing for Suarez, and the Rhinos on the attack. Long pass downfield for Commodore. Heads it in the air. Moving it into the ball, Miller, but can't get to make that. Wilson couldn't get to it. Comes out to near midfield. Brought ahead by Ashton across the midfield line. Steenkamp slides into the ball, knocks it away. As he gets back up, chasing it down, and drops it back to Sedgwick along his 30. Turns it to the outside of the left wing, Suarez. Pass off of the wing, and now moving up the left wing side across midfield is Billy Sedgwick. Rolls it toward the middle for Miladinov, tips it off in the middle, and the ball then is knocked away by Vincello. Carried off by the Lynx. Off the right side through midfield. Vinjevic, long pass downfield. Inside, far into the box. Sliding into the ball as Zandraki comes down with it and holds on. 47th minute. 1-0 Rochester leading. Into the center circle. Steenkamp to Miladinov. Crossing to the outside on the right wing for Lovrenko. Sends it through midfield. Commodore, and on him is Vincello. Vincello steps in behind, has the ball along the touchline, and stops on the touchline. He plays it up the wing to Hughes, gets it back, and now pops it up in the air. Coming down to the midfield line. Gunn and Mendez battle. And the ball out of bounds on the near side. Throw in on the near side of midfield for the Rhinos. That's the only substitution I see here. And that being Freddie Commodore coming in for Ian Fuller to start the second half. First sub of the match. Tipped out to midfield, off the chest of Vinjevic. Knocked down with the ball. Faria pass out to midfield, stepping in to knock it away. Mendez for Suarez in the center circle. Rhinos have it. Suarez lays it to the outside. On the left wing across the box. Chipped along in front by Miller, but blocked out over the end line. And a corner kick for the Rhinos. Rochester corner. Off the left wing side. Miladinov will move over for the corner kick. Now the 49th minute at Frontier Field. And a slim 1-0 lead for the Rhinos. There's the play in short. Suarez pass in front, up in the air. Cigar comes down at the far end of his 6. Takes the ball and throws it off at the far wing for Vinjevic up the right wing across midfield. Stepping in to take it away is Kirk Wilson coming back for the ball, but he's calling the foul. Restart for Toronto at the midfield line. Rolled along toward the center circle for Vinjevic. Pass ahead down to the Rochester 35. Gunn touching it aside for Faria. Dropping into the outside of the near wing for Vincello. I'm from the 35. Long cross through the box. It's slided over top of Barkley and rolls out over the end line. And a goal kick for the Rhinos. 49th minute from Frontier Field. Sponsors of these broadcasts include Natapau. Information on apartments available at 424 Rent. By Vision Nissan at 785 Ridge Road in Webster. And by Frontier Choices. For information, call 777-SAVE. Goal kick for Billy Andracki and the Rhinos. Sends it through midfield. Floater coming down at the Toronto 35. Wilson tried to hit. That's flicked to the midfield by Faria, but right to Suarez, and the Rhinos have it back to the center circle for Lavranenko. Sneaks it on the right side, running onto the ball, the near end of the box. Goes Commodore near the end line as he's challenged there. Ball tipped to the end line, then it's knocked out over the touch line and out. So a throw in deep in the corner for the Rhinos. Deep in the corner, the ball actually hit the flag and went out. Doug Miller actually is going to back up to around 5 yards out and make the run on the short throw into the box. Hit it away and out to the near end by Vincello. After it, Miladinov. Backheel to Miller. But the whistle to stop play. We got pushing in front of that Lavranenko. And it looks like maybe Serio doing some shoving. Lavranenko wants to talk to the referee, but the whistle was blown as pushing and shoving was going on in front of the net. All right. The referee issuing the yellow card to Yuri Lavranenko. In the 51st minute. All right. That's the second card issued to the Rhinos in this one. Pass over the far wing, the right wing side, brought ahead by Maillard. On the right wing, turned back along his 35, sneaks it by Miller and moves up the right wing to midfield. Chips a high one downfield. Moving in, Timmon knocks it away. Back near the 35, taken by Ashton as he'll draw it forward. Trying to get a shot away and does. Puts it wide left out over the end line. The shot taken by Brent Ashton way wide left. So goal kick for the Rhinos. 51st minute at Frontier Field, and Rochester with a 1-0 lead. As Andracki will place the ball. That is 6. Rochester here hosting Syracuse on Sunday, 6:05 kickoff time. And it's next Wednesday, Open Cup play against the New England Revolution, the game to be played at Lusitano Stadium in Ludlow, Massachusetts. That's next Wednesday night. Foul on Cedric as he went up the back of Barkley, and the restart for the Toronto Lynx in the center circle. Danjevich rolls it ahead. Ashton in the middle from 40 yards out. Turns up the middle. Takes a look, trying to sneak it through. Spinning around Barkley to make that gun. Sneaks it through the 20. Takes a shot in, and it spins wide. Just outside the right post over the end line. Another goal kick for the Rhinos. That went wide right of the net by 3 or 4 feet. Another goal kick for the Rhinos. As Ellie Gunn got that shot away. Ball to be placed at the 6. Andracki moves up, approaches the ball with the right foot. Will deliver through midfield, coming down to the center circle, headed back to Rochester side of midfield. That's knotted down, but taken down by Kirk Wilson. Spinning around, out near midfield, turns it to the outside. Suarez long up on the wing side, in behind. How could it be offside? There were 2 players in behind Miller. Wow. Rochester bench not too happy with that as the flag on the near side of the field is in the air, but man, it looked like there were 2 defenders in behind Miller. However, he's called on the outside. So the restart for Toronto, 25 yards out off the right wing side. And with the right foot, sends it through midfield. Coming back, Ashton. Touching it aside, it rolls to the center circle for Faria, but Miladinov right on him, knocks it loose, and stepping up, Steenkamp. Turns off to the left wing side through midfield, being chased by Faria. Rolls a pass toward the middle for Wilson. On the 35, looking to sneak it through. Inside the box, Miller moving in. Left-footed shot, blocked away out over the end line by Zagar as he slides in. Miller took the shot, and Zagar blocks it away. So Miller finally able to get in behind, but Zagar comes out and blocks it. Corner kick for the Rhinos off the left wing side. Miladinov to take the corner. He'll go into the box on the delivery, punched away by Zagar, up in the air, coming down to the 20. Side volley kick by Cedric, inside the box, but it skipped away off the foot of Commodore and out over the end line. Goal kick for the Lynx. Toronto Lynx goalkeeper Theo Zagar to take the goal kick. 54th minute and a 1-0 Rochester lead. Rhinos have several players up and warming up. Hayes, D'Annunzio, Mitchell. And I think that might be Nate Kozanowski. Ball sent through midfield, handed across midfield by Miladinov, and then volleyed the other way, and then in turn volleyed through midfield by Steenkamp. Knocked up in the air, midfield stepping in to knock it away as Wilson slips it off on the right wing side after it goes Miller. And the ball knocked away and out of bounds by Serio. Evidently, that was off of Miller and out, so a throw in for the Lynx from their own 30 on the near side. Throwing up the wing, Lavranenko gets to it, and he'll nod it toward the middle, and Danjevich after it there for the Lynx. Back to his 20. Turns into the outside. Vincello along the near wing with the left foot will drive it downfield. Back for it, Sedgwick flicks it back to his keeper. And Andracki stops it along his 6. Has the ball. 55th minute. 1-0 Rochester lead. Andracki picks the ball up, throws it off on the left wing side for Sedgwick. Moves to the head across midfield. Into Toronto territory. Drops it off there for Suarez. 40 yards out. Return pass. Sedgwick overlapping on the outside. Deep to the far corner. Pulls it along in front along the 6, but that's blocked away and cleared out of the box by Maillard. Out the near midfield for Barkley. Throws through. In the middle. Taken by Wilson. Tips it ahead on the left wing side. Inside the box. Moving in. Maleta took the shot, however. As he goes down, missed out of the ball. Rolls out over the end line. The ball blocked away off Toronto. And another corner for the Rhinos. Rochester's third corner here in this half. 4th of the match. Mladenov to take the corner off the left wing side, a right-footed kicker, so an in-swinging kick. Set to go, Mladenov into the box, headed away and out. Sedgwick there, side volley kick in, sort of shanked it and took a one-hopper into Zagar, who makes a stop from about 2 yards out. So Sedgwick didn't get a whole lot on it. We've seen him really hammer those shots. That's kicked downfield inside the Rhinos 18 and taken there by the keeper, Billy Andracki. Rolls it ahead off on the left wing side for Sedgwick to the outside for Suarez. Skips by him out of bounds. Turnover, and it'll be a throw to the far side for the Lynx. Throw in along the far side. Midfield. Shipped up the wing by Faria. As Sedgwick and Barkley tie up, the ball knocked loose. As stepping in, Mendez knocks it away out to the 40 and back to the center circle. Picked up again by the Lynx. Vinovich in the center circle. De Placido off on the near side for Vincello. Pass ahead for good. Spinning around at the 20, trying to block it in front, but that's pulled away by Miller, and he'll move it upfield. Miller, ball gets away from him. Pushed out on the near side, taken back by Hughes. Miller yelling at the ref, saying, I got a boot in the knee, but no call. Knocked away on the near side and out of bounds. So a throw in on the near side for Toronto. Hughes with the throw into Ashton. As he's double-teamed, knocked down by Lavranenko. Foul is called on the Rhinos. Free kick for Toronto off the left wing side from 30 yards out. Vinovich to the outside for Hughes, near into the box, trying to sneak it through, and Footman blocked away by Steenkamp. Outside the 18, Mladenov turns, and he'll send a high floater downfield. Couple of bounces all the way down to the 18. Zagar pushing it ahead for Serio, and a pass out to the center circle. De Placido coming back for the ball. Make that Faria to Serio, and long on the right wing side. Over Barkley, floats through inside the far end of the box. Turning back goes Sedgwick. With the left foot, will put it out of play in the stands to the far side. Throw in for the Lynx. And the throw in short to Vinovich. At the far end of the box, rolling to the end line. Barkley and Sedgwick collide and go down. The foul is called by the linesman on the far side of the field. And Sedgwick took down Barkley. So the foul is called. A free kick for Toronto about 5 yards out at the far end of the box. Opportunity here for the Lynx. Somewhat like a corner kick. 58th minute. Linesman coming in. He wants the wall moved back. Short wall for the Rhinos. Commodore and Wilson. Vinovich off the right wing side. Right-footed kick. Low into the box. That would knock down and out over the end line. And this will be a goal kick. Goal kick as it was knocked out over the end line by the Lynx. 58th minute. Other sponsors of these broadcasts, Metro Fitness in the Country Village Plaza, Maiden Lane and Long Pond in Greece. Brought to you by Chase Pitkin, offering home improvement products. And by the Mount Hope Diner with breakfast, lunch, dinner, and takeout. Substitution coming up as David Hayes will be checking in for Yuri Lavranenko. 58th minute, time of this substitution for the Rhinos. 58th minute. Again, Hayes is in, Lavranenko is out. All right, goal kick for the Rhinos. As Rochester with this slim 1-0 lead. With the right foot, drives it out through midfield, coming down at Toronto 35. Commodore trying to flick it on, but in the air, then it's hammered away through midfield by Vincello. Headed back to the near the midfield line by Mendez to Hayes, and he'll turn it back to the outside of the near wing for Carlos Mendez. On the right wing side through midfield, rolls it ahead. Mladenov along the touchline, sends it further along the line, deep to the corner. Vincello letting it roll, and lets it roll out. Goal kick for Toronto. 59th minute. 1-0, the Rhinos leading by virtue of a goal in the 33rd minute from Ian Fuller. Fuller scoring unassisted in the first half. Goal taken. Goal kick by Zagar. Plays it through midfield. Flicked on by De Placido in the middle, and Steenkamp headed through the center circle. Up in the air, Serio. Well, Maillard able to flick it across midfield, but Steenkamp there. He'll chip it downfield, and Serio turning back at his 25, pushing it to the outside of the far wing, chased after by Faria. No, make that deep Placido. With the left foot, sends it through midfield. A collision there, ball knocked through in the near wing, and the foul is called on Suarez, so it's a foul and a free kick for Toronto in the midfield circle. Attendance tonight, 10,324, 10,324. In the second half, Syracuse and Pittsburgh are tied at 2. Even up at 2. Shot in wide of the net by Toronto out over the end line, and it'll be a goal kick for the Rhinos. 60th minute. So again, Syracuse and Pittsburgh tied at 2. Pittsburgh having won their last 5. And on a roll, trying to gain ground on the Rhinos. How close it would be. Should the Rhinos drop this one tonight and Pittsburgh win, it would be, 3 points difference is all. Wow. That's volleyed through midfield by Vinovich into Rhino territory. Knocked down by Gunn. Drops it back in the center circle and a one-touch pass ahead by Ashton up the right wing side. But nobody will get to it except for Hayes. Lets it roll out of bounds. Throw in on the far side for the Rhinos. From around their own 6. Hayes will leave it there as Billy Sedgwick will come over for the throw-in. Rochester and Syracuse here on Sunday, 6:05 is kickoff time. And next Wednesday, the Rhinos head to Ludlow, Massachusetts for U.S. Open Cup play against the New England Revolution of the MLS. That's Wednesday night. Out to their midfield, Wilson in a battle with Vincello, knocked away, and Milanov long up the right wing side. After it goes Miller, and he's run over by Serio, knocked flying, and the foul is called. And Serio kicks the ball up into the stands. He kicks the ball up into the stands, picked it up and just threw it up into the stands. All the Toronto players coming over are face to face with the referee who draws the yellow card on Serio. But Barkley went after Miller, not even going for the ball. He went after Miller with the right shoulder, knocked him flying. And all he gets is a yellow card. He should have got more than that. 62nd minute, the time of this caution. And a free kick for the Rhinos, 20 yards out on the right wing side. And with the kick, Milanov rolls it on top, moving in as Suarez takes a shot, blocked away. Mendez with a crack of the ball from the upper left corner, misses just to the outside. Carlos Mendez got the last shot away and a miss just wide. Well, Toronto's still talking to the ref. But Miller and Serio were in a foot race for the ball, and Serio, he wasn't even headed toward the ball. He was turned to the outside, blocking Miller away, and then went into him with his shoulder, knocked him flying. Then the foul was called, and then he picked the ball up and just hammered it up into the stands. Can't believe all he got was a yellow. Downfield, on the near wing, Commodore tripped up and taken down, but no call. Play goes on. On the near side to the outside of the left wing for Hughes across midfield. DeGun coming back for the ball as he is double, now triple teamed. Trying to sneak loose, but Devin knocks it away, and the Rhinos have it a hit for Suarez. Sneaks it off through the center circle for Steenkamp. Pass to the left wing side, and moving up with the play is Hayes. Down to the 35, to the 25. Cross along the 18 in front of the ball, blocked away up the far side again. Taken by Steenkamp. Turns it to the outside, leaves it there for Hayes. Turns along his 35 toward the middle. As he looks for the pass, takes it back, still has it along the 35, turns it ahead for Miller coming back at the 20. Drops it to the middle for Wilson. On the right wing side to Milanov. Chips it down inside. The 18, but Vincello pops it up in the air, and up is Cigar from 15 yards out, comes down with the ball, holds on. 63rd minute here at Frontier Field, and the Rhinos with a slim 1-0 lead. Ball brought ahead across midfield. Stepping in, Sedgwick knocks it away, Rhinos after it. Drop back, chipped ahead on the left wing side through midfield by Hayes, and volleyed back to the center circle. Ashton in under it, flicked to the side off of the near wing. Pass to the foot of Hughes, knocked away, but moving up Suarez in a collision with Ashton. Finally, the ball knocked away by Commodore to Milanov, and the Rhinos have it. Steenkamp's pass picked off, and across midfield, the Suarez is taken down. The Lynx have the ball. Off of the near wing, round of the left wing side of the 35, Hughes takes a shot, quirks it up over top of the crossbar by about 2 or 3 feet. So Hughes high on the shot. And a goal kick for the Rhinos. Sponsors of these broadcasts, Connolly Printing, with digital pre-press wide format imaging and color printing. Also brought to you by Air Wireless and by Marina Dodge at 943 Ridge Road in Webster. Ball placed to the 6 as the Rhinos He'll have the goal kick. And Drackey flights it through midfield. Knocked down toward the center circle, and Ashton volleys it across midfield. But Sedgwick steps in, pushing it to the midfield line for Hayes. Tips it to Wilson. One touch to the outside of the give and go back to Hayes. Dropped off for Commodore. Has him fins 35 yards out, plays it back to the center circle for Suarez. Ashton watching him. Suarez lays it out on the right wing. And moving in, Mendez with a pass in the middle for Maladov. Turns to the outside again along the near wing, drops it back near midfield. Mendez on the midfield line for Suarez. As he's watched there by Ashton, drops it to his own side of midfield for Demon, and he'll cross to the outside for Sedgwick on the left wing. Draws it across midfield on the far touchline to Hayes. Brings it forward to 35. Sedgwick overlapping. Hayes turns and looks. Turns back toward the middle. Drops it out top for Steenkamp. Has it 40 yards out. In the middle, a pass down to the 35 for Wilson. Turns and looks. Looks to his right. And overlaps on the outside. Maladov down to the 10. Pass inside the near end of the box for Steenkamp to the end line. Looking for the cross. Knocked away on the near side of the corner. Vincello and Steenkamp after the ball, and it's knocked away off of Steenkamp, and out a goal kick for the Lynx. 66th minute. 1-0 the Rhinos lead. Actually, evidently, the foul was called on Steenkamp because Zagar is coming over to the near corner and placing the ball for a kick. So the restart on this play for the Toronto Lynx. Zagar with the right foot. Lights it through midfield, coming down with the Rochester 35. On the near side, knocked away by Maladov. Mendez, now Suarez up with the ball. Turning to get away to the outside. Maladov drops it back, and Mendez will chip it through midfield. Back toward Serio. Heads it toward the middle. Chased after by Mayar along his 35. On the right wing, moves it out across midfield. Watched there by Wilson on the far wing, and Wilson sneaks it through, then he's knocked flying, and the foul is called on the Lynx. So a restart for the Rhinos, their own side of midfield. We'll be seeing a substitution coming up. Looks like it'll be Lucas going into the match. Ryan Lucas to replace Brent Ashton. At midfield, restart to be taken at the midfield line by Hayes. Drops it back to Sedgwick. Turns it back to the outside of the left wing. Hayes, return pass right back to Sedgwick. Drops it along his 35 for Demon toward the middle for Suarez. On the near wing to the outside for Sedgwick. Gets to it. Pass it on the midfield line for Suarez up the left wing. Long on the left wing side. Knotted toward the middle. Inside the far end of the box and taken there by the keeper. And Zagar, well, first time high in the air and coming down to midfield. Opting over the head ball. That one blocked away. Suarez run up the back by Barkley. And the foul is called. Free kick for the Rhinos at the midfield line. Still waiting for the substitution as Lucas getting ready to check into the bench. At midfield to be taken by Billy Sedgwick on the restart. Left there for Suarez, who comes up. Sends it through to the far end of the box. Miller lets it roll inside. Down to the 5 to the end line. Ball stopped. They both go down. It's knocked away out the far end of the box. And after it goes Faria. Toss it back to the end line, and they are with the right foot. Will drive it out near midfield, but Sedgwick steps in. Pushing it forward, tips it along the 35 in the middle for Maladov. He'll tip it down inside, moving it, hit ball quick across the 6, and it rolls out the near side. After it goes Commodore, but getting to it first, Vincello will then drive it out through midfield. Mendez knocks it down to the midfield line. Astor stepping in, sliding in. That comes away with the ball. It's Mendez through the center circle to Timox Suarez. Long on the right wing side. In on the ball goes Maladov. Heads it along the end line, but won't get to it. And the ball will skip out of bounds. Goal kick. And the substitution now coming up as Ashton will check off. And Lucas goes in for the Toronto Lynx here in the 68th minute. First sub of the match for the Lynx. Goal kick for Toronto. Zagar setting the ball at his 6. With the right foot, now he'll flight it through midfield. Comes off with the near wing, stepping in is Maladov, pushing it to the near midfield. Hammers it up the right wing side. Ball knocked away by Vincello, and it hit Commodore and went out of bounds as Vincello goes down and is hurt. Rolls over to his knees. He's grabbing onto his left ankle, looks like. Not sure what happened. He got tangled up a little bit with Commodore, evidently. Body's up and all right. Turns and has a few words for the linesman. I think he wanted to call, but doesn't get it. So it'll be a throw-in off the near side of the field from around the Toronto 35. The throw-in for the Lynx, and Hughes takes the throw-in. Off the back of the middle for Serio. Looks like the Rhinos will be making a substitution coming up at midfield. Stepping up with the play is Hayes. Turns to the outside, rolls to the head. And Miller in a give and go. Turns it back to the outside for Hayes. Up the left wing. Tripped up and taken down on the tackle. A slide tackle by Barkley. Foul is called. And the yellow card is issued on Barkley. in the 70th minute. So, free kick for the Rhinos, 25 yards out. Off the left wing side to be taken by Hayes with the left foot. Drives it down in front, flicked on by Steenkamp, but then the ball blocked away and brought upfield. By the links, Vinjevic with a pass ahead near midfield. Deep Cedar through the center circle. Dropping it off for Faria. Out on his heels, Miller, and the ball turned to the outside for Hughes. Off the left wing. Whistle stops play. Foul is called. As behind the play, Faria got tangled up with Miller and went down. The foul is called on Miller. Restart for Toronto. Again, 35 yards out. Just a hair to the left of center, and Vinjevic to take the kick. Right-footed kicker in the 70th minute. And Rochester holding on at the moment to a very slim 1-0 lead. Vinjevic rolls it up the left wing side. Near into the box for Hughes. Taking a look, sneaks it through in front. Punched away by Andraki. And Suarez with the left foot will bang it high in the air and out across midfield. And back into Rhino territory to the 35. Stepping in as Wilson then volleys it through downfield. Sarione in behind Miller trying to knock it loose. Tips it ahead. Commodore moving up. Hurts. Oh, the ball blocked away. Commodore up and it goes down. Man, oh man, the Miller tried for the shot. It looked like, but a back heel to Commodore. Moved in. Tried to chip it over. Zagara got an arm on it. Knocked the ball down. Then Commodore went flying over him and never got to the ball on the backside. Big save by Zagar. Huge right there as he blocks the ball away from Commodore. And the Rhinos with a golden opportunity to gain a little ground from Insurance, but could not finish. Fight it through midfield into the center circle, and Wilson knocks it down. Sneaks it across midfield, then he runs into Maillard, and the ball out of bounds on the far side. Rolls away and out. Substitution coming up for the Rhinos. Ryan D'Annunzio getting ready to check in. Midfield, Suarez with the pass ahead. Wilson return pass. Back toward the middle and knocked away along the 35, taken by the Lynx. Vinjevic in the middle, sneaks it through in the center circle. On a return pass, Vinjevic chips it off on the right wing side. Moving in, Barkley to far into the box. Tips it ahead, but getting to it, Cedric knocks it away. And to the far, able to keep it in along the end line. Nice play, nice hustle by Cedric. It's David Hayes, rolls it ahead. Cedric up the left wing side. Now to his 35. Brings it ahead on the far wing. Turns back and rolls it back to his 20. And there's Steenkamp with the left foot will send it out through midfield. A floater, back goes Vincello, hot on his heels. Is Commodore, and Vincello knocks it away on the near wing for Hughes. And the Lakes with the ball. Off the left wing side, floats it deep to the corner. Demon and Lucas after the ball rolls inside the box and scooped up at the end line by Andraki. Throws it off on the far wing, 72nd minute. Here at Frontier Field, the Rhinos having scored back in the 33rd minute, still holding on to a 1-0 lead. At midfield, drop to the outside of the left wing. For Wilson, he'll drop it back, and Centric will return pass to Wilson out of midfield. Sneaks it ahead into Toronto territory. Suarez tips it down inside, off of the near end of the box for Milanov at the 18th. Takes the shot in, but it's knocked down by a cigar. Scoops it up and holds on. Stoyan Milanov going for the direct shot in, but right into the arms of the keeper. Zagar waiting for the ball. Zagar volleys a high one through midfield, coming down to the Rhino 40, but stepping in. Hayes settles at the feet, pushing to the center circle for Steenkamp. Pops it back for Sedgwick. 73rd minute. 1-0 Rhinos up. On the left wing side for Suarez. Drops it back. Sedgwick along his 35. Draws it forward. Approaching midfield. Sends it across midfield line, but knocked away. And the Lynx have the ball. Stepping up. Trying to sneak it through as Sirio runs into Wilson, and the foul is called, and a restart in the middle of the field for the Lynx. It was Maillard who ran into Kirk Wilson and went down. Toronto free kick. D'Annunzio coming in, and T-Mox Suarez will be checking out here in the 74th minute. D'Annunzio in. So this is the third substitution of the match for the Rhinos. 1-0 in favor of the Rhinos. Again, D'Annunzio replacing T-Mox Suarez, who played an excellent match tonight. On the restart, 40 yards out of the middle, Vinjevic rolls it off to the near side, moving in as Vincello takes a shot through and grabbed off his line into the midsection of Andraki, and the Rhino keeper has the ball. Hits the ball, Andraki rolls it out to the 18. Waits for players to move away with the right foot now. Will hammer it out through midfield. That one floated over top, but in behind is Maillard as he called on the foul as he was up the back of Freddie Commodore. So free kick for the Rhinos, 35 yards out, a little bit to the left of center. Mladenov placing the ball. Hayes is also there. 75th minute. Rhinos trying to hold on. Mladenov set. Waits. Now goes for it. Puts it high over top of the crossbar. Got a whole lot too much on that one. Puts it 5 feet high. Goal kick for the Lynx. Rochester and Syracuse here Sunday night, 6:05 is game time. Come on out to Frontier Field Sunday night. With the right foot, Cigar, low line drive kick through midfield. Flicked on by Faria, but that's touched with the hand of Lucas. Knocked down, so a free kick for the Rhinos from their 35. Devin setting the ball. As he takes a look downfield. Don't forget about tomorrow night out at Bishop Kearney High School. Final home season, regular season home game for the Rochester Rattlers lacrosse team. Against Bridgeport tomorrow night from Bishop Kearney. Down to the 20 of Toronto, knocked away off the foot of Mladenov and out, so a throw in on the near side of the field for the Lynx from their own 30. And a pass ahead up the wing for Lucas. Sedgwick on him. Pass intercepted by Wilson. The Rhinos take it back for Steenkamp. Tips it ahead. Moving into the play. Nodded down inside the box. Commodore moving in, but sliding in on the ball. It's Cigar. Nice head ball in front by Hayes as he set up Commodore, but just a step too far ahead. Back at center circle. Knocked away by the Rhinos. Take it back to Steenkamp. Turning, spinning. Pulled down. Gets up. Still has the ball. Drops it back all the way to his keeper, Andraki. Stops it at his 6. With the right foot will drive it off on the near wing. And it skips out of bounds. So a throw to midfield on the near side for the Lynx. Hughes at the midfield line with a throw in up the near side to Lucas. Run around. Sedgwick knocks it away and Mladenov up with the ball. And grabbed onto by Lucas, but does pass it back for Steenkamp with the left foot. Through the center circle over the left wing side. In under the ball goes Hayes. Knocks it down at the 18. Moving it. Shoots. Blocked away. However, the flag on the near side is in the air. Flag is in the air. Offside on the near side of the field. Was it offside or was it a handball? Anyway, the flag in the air and the ball sent all the way down inside the Rhinos 18 where Andraki has the ball. As he looks downfield, waits for Gunn to apply pressure. Then Andraki picks up the ball. 77th minute at Frontier Field. And the Rhinos with a 1-0 lead. Andraki from his 18 sends a floater through midfield all the way down to the 35, and there Sorio heads it back to midfield. Stepping up on the play is Sedgwick. That's chipped in the air along the near wing. Down to the Toronto 20, and Vincello then sends it up through midfield. Flicked across midfield by Lucas, but Demon right there. On him is Gunn, and Demon sent flying from behind by Gunn. Foul is called, and a free kick for the Rhinos from their own side of midfield. Lennon Steenkamp to take the kick. No, he'll leave it there for Demon. Rolls it ahead. Miller touching it forward, knocked away, then he knocks it through the box. And not to grab it off the end line is the keeper, Cigar. 78th minute. Clock running ever so slow as it does when you have a 1-goal lead, right? When you're trailing by a goal, the clock moves at the speed of light, I think. Through midfield, blocked away by Demon. Sends it to the center circle, but Vincello heads it back into Rhino territory. Center circle, pushed forward by Faria. Trying to get loose, De Placido. Knocked away by Demon at his 20 and brought away in outfield. Demon looks. Pass off to his right, Mladenov along his 35. Turns up the right wing side. Out near midfield. Turns back toward the middle, being challenged there by Hughes. Spins around, still has the ball to the outside. Steenkamp drops it back for Sedgwick and rolls it down inside of his 18 to Andraki. Moving out, first time fit in the air. Right foot, floater through midfield. Vincello off the chest, pulls it out on the near side. And the ball gets away, it's out of bounds. Throw it on the near side of the field for the Rhinos at midfield. In the 79th minute, Rhinos up 1-0. Sedgwick. Short throw into Miller on the near side along the touch line from Mladenov, and the return pass to Miller, trying to draw it forward, but that's taken away by Hughes. Drops it back to his 20 in the middle. Serio takes it there. Drops it off. Cigar with the right foot. First times it through midfield to the Rhino 35, and Demon heads it forward. However, at the midfield line, taken by Vinovich. Pass in the middle for De Placido down to the 35. Looks around, back to Vinovich, and crosses to the outside of the right wing for Barclay. Still on the Rhino 35. Back in the middle, chipped in the air down inside the 18. Gunn knocks it down, but one big hopper in to Andraki, who grabs it off his 2-yard line. And the Rhino keeper has the ball in the 80th minute. Waits for the players to move away. Half volley kick, long downfield, coming down at the Toronto 25, then pushed aside, knocked down to the far side. However, with a hand, and so the whistle blows. Restart for the Lynx from their own 25 off of the far side of the field. Degar will come out to take the kick. Looks like Jamel Mitchell might be coming over for the substitution. Ball fighted downfield, headed aside on the 35 and in the middle. Vinovich on the near wing, trying to sneak it through. Turning gun, but the ball knocked away, and Sedgwick drives it ahead. At the 35, knocked loose. Wilson's pass. That one deflected away. Steenkamp up with the ball, turns ahead, and able to sneak it through. However, Barkley coming back to take it away, and the Lynx have the ball. On the right wing, fight it all on the 18. In is Sedgwick to head it away, and it's volleyed out through midfield by Wilson. Commodore on the near side, running after the ball, but getting to it first. Serio tips it up the near wing for Vincello. At midfield, pass into the center circle. Faria drops it off there for Vinovich. Across the midfield line. Sliding in as Wilson with the ball knocked away, and getting a hand or foot on the ball is Steenkamp, but a foul is called. And Vinovich on the restart. Trying to chip it down in front. Sneaks through inside the 18. But right to Andraki. The Rhinos have the ball. Andraki waits for the players to move away. Dribbles a couple of times. Rolls it ahead outside the 18. With the right foot. There's the low kick through midfield. That's headed in the air. And to the 35, where it's settled aside by Faria, and after it, Vincello for the Lynx. Off the near wing, pass ahead to midfield for DePlacido. Turns it to the outside of the near wing for Hughes. Cross midfield, flicked in the air. And off of the near touchline, DePlacido off the chest, knocks it down, and Sedgwick on him. As DePlacido knocked down, Steenkamp in there also. DePlacido spins, pushes the ball out top, moving in Vinovich as he's knocked down from behind by Wilson, and the foul is called. What a golden opportunity here for the Lynx. 25 yards out to the left of center on the free kick for Toronto. Well, 82nd minute. Vinovich, we know, can be dangerous from here. The Rhinos have a five-man wall on the 18. Vinovich set to go now. With the right foot, goes for it, and puts aside by Andraki on the far side. Diving to his left, Andraki got a hand on it, knocked it away. Wide of the net on the far wing, and the ball pushed out to midfield. Center circle for Miller, drops it off there for Hayes. Not stepping up to intercept. Got forward and knocked down as the Rhinos have the ball. Foul is called on the Rhinos. So a free kick for Toronto, 35 yards out, this time to the right of center. And a yellow card issued to Kurt Wilson in the 82nd minute. Wilson draws the yellow. All right, free kick for Toronto. Again, 35 yards out, a little bit to the right of center. Substitution. Commodore out and Jamel Mitchell in the 83rd minute. 83rd minute, Mitchell in place of Freddie Commodore. Now we get some pushing and shoving going on in the box, and a yellow card is issued. And Serio is very upset, yelling at the referee. Vincello, I think, might have drawn a yellow card. If he did, I believe that is his second of the match. Vincello pushing in on the referee. What's the call here? I was watching Mitchell coming in, and well, no.
Rhinos entering the game, number 22, Jamal Mitchell.
Evidently no card.
Freddie Commodore.
All right, the referee now over to talk to the linesman. Well, I thought he had a card in the air. And Vincello was there. Now the ref is coming over. And he is the yellow card to Billy Sedgwick. Sedgwick drawing the yellow card in the 84th minute. Well, very interesting. Well, if he was holding the yellow card up, it looked to me like Vincello. I'm not sure. The official stat sheet said he had a yellow in the first half, although I didn't have him for a yellow. Here's the restart now inside and hit it away out of the near end of the box by Steenkamp, and the rolling ball out of bounds. Throw in on the near side for the Toronto Lynx.
Toronto's number 15, Adrian Saru.
Okay, so it is Saru. Up in the air, punched away by Andraki. So the yellow card was issued to Saru, who in turn received the red card, and he is gone. On the left wing side, Mitchell across midfield. As now the Lynx are a man down, dropped back at the midfield line. Rolled along the midfield line by D'Annunzio in the middle to Steenkamp. His pass through. Outfield as Wilson turns into the outside of the left wing for Hayes. Down to the 20. Looks through in front. Cross along. For the back post. Underneath. Skips through and out the near end of the box. Off of Vincello with a throw in on the near side of the field for the Rhinos. Throwing on the near side for Rochester. Not sure why the booing, but the ref coming over on the near side of the field. Oh, I see Saru down near the corner, finally being escorted off the field. He didn't want to leave. And the fourth official out, finally able to get him off. There's the throw in by Miller, short to the near end of the box from Milanovic. Chips it along the 18 in front, but it's knocked away in the air and out to near midfield. And the center circle, Demon will hammer it away downfield again. One big hopper in, grabbed off his line by Cigar. So the Toronto keeper with the ball, still a very slim 1-0 lead for the Rhinos. We're in the 86th minute. Getting to be very interesting finish into this one. Through midfield. Turned aside. D'Annunzio with the left foot will drive it up through midfield. Off the chest of Miller into the center circle. And Vincello bobbles it, drops it back in his own end of the field. Played off on the near wing. And Hughes, who has stepped back as the center back, in place of Serio, who's gone. Up the left wing side. Midfield, Vincevic with a pass to DePlacido in the center circle, and on the outside on the right wing for Maillard. Sneaks it ahead, has bumped away from the ball. Mendez mocks gun off the ball, and D'Annunzio with it. Trying to knock it away, but that's no fucking in, and Demon now drives it out to midfield. Faria stepping in on the ball. Chased there by Mitchell. Faria up the right wing side to the far end of the box. Rolls to the end line. The ball out over the end line, and a goal kick for the Rhinos. Other sponsors of these broadcasts, Cinemark IMAX Theaters at 2991 Buffalo Road. Nextel, sponsor of the Nextel Direct Connect call-in show following each game. And by Umbro, official sponsor of the A-League, as well as uniform and equipment supplier to the Rhinos. Andraki placing the ball at his 6. Lights it out through midfield. That's headed back into Rhino territory. Cross midfield, skips out of bounds to the far side. No, still kept in play. Vincevic, I think, challenged there by Kirk Wilson. Vincevic along his 35, and the foul is called on Wilson, so it's a restart for the Lynx. Off of the near side through midfield. Backheel, good. Pass ahead on the near side to DePlacido. Lays it out on the outside for Vincello. And the end line, sliding into the ball. Mitchell knocks it away, and a foul is called. So it'll be a free kick almost from the near corner for the Toronto Lynx. Off the left wing side. About 10 yards out. Vincevic with the right foot. Set to go. Rhinos have a 3-man wall inside the box. Goes high in the air. Headed away and out the far end of the box. Chase after deep in the far corner. Barkley beating D'Annunzio to the ball. It's deep in the corner. Pass toward the box. And coming back to help out is Hayes, and the Rhinos have it. Hayes deep in the left wing corner. Pass ahead, but that's blocked. Along the 18. They sliding in on the ball. A collision. Ball is knocked away. And a free kick, or a foul rather, is issued to the Rhinos. So it'll be a free kick off the right wing side. 20 yards out to be taken by Vincevic. 88th minute now. Vincevic off the right wing. 3-man wall inside the 18 for the Rhinos. Very tense here on this slim 1-0 lead. Set for the kick. Tried to go for it. Blocked away at the wall and out. And anyway, a foul was called, and it'll be a free kick for the Rhinos. To be taken inside the 18. Andraki will come up with the ball. 89th minute. And the Rhinos with a 1-0 lead. The goal was scored way back in the 33rd minute by Ian Fuller. Set to go now. Andraki with the ball. We'll flight it downfield. Mitchell trying to flick it on. That's up in the air. Comes off the near side. Nodded ahead. Steenkamp steps in. Miller touching it aside. Moving in. Steenkamp. Wait for the roller. Oh, it's tipped just wide. Just wide. Off the hand of Zagar out over the end line. And a corner kick for the Rhinos. Steenkamp got a good crack on the ball. And Zagar tips it wide. Rochester corner kick. Off the left wing side to be taken by Miladinov. As the clock passes the 89-minute mark. Substitution. Coming out is Faria, and going in is Lewis. Paul Lewis, a midfielder, stepping into the match here in the 90th minute. And Faria is out. All right. Corner kick from Miladinov. Inside, flicked on. Hit ball. Just missed the upper corner on the wide side by Steenkamp. Tried to flick it in and just missed by a foot. Goal kick. Out the near side. 3 minutes of stoppage time. 3 minutes of additional time. Through midfield on the near side. Gunn coming back. Taken away by Miller. Drops it off for Sedgwick. Gives it ahead to Miladinov. Off the right wing. Ahead of him is Wilson. Rolls it to the outside. Near to the box. Moving in Miller. Takes a look. Shot it. Blocked away by the keeper, Zagar. Miller getting down on the near side. Tried to sneak it through, but Zagar stretched out and intercepted the pass. On ahead upfield by DePlacido. On the near wing. Rolls it to the outside of the left wing. And moving in is Gunn. From 20 yards out, takes a look. Rolls it in the middle. Moving in. Lewis tried to sneak it through. He does to Lucas. Spin around. And the ball knocked away on the near side. Rolling to the end line. Turned to the outside of the box by Miladinov. On the near wing with the right foot. Drives it out through midfield. Floats over Vincello. Backward Hughes along the near wing with the left foot. We'll send it down to the Rhino 18. Knocked aside. Hit ball by D'Alenzio. At the far end of the box. Barkley tried to spin it in, but blocked away out the far end of the box. D'Alenzio with the left foot. Hammers it up into the stands. And then he is taken down hard by Barkley, and the foul is called. So a free kick for the Rhinos from their own 15 on the far side of the field. We are in stoppage time. Substitution being called for the Rhinos. Nate Kozanowski getting ready to check into the match to replace Doug Miller. Miller will come out, and Kozanowski will go in here in the 90th minute. So that's the 5 subs for the Rhinos. With the right foot, and Drake fights it through midfield. Mitchell tried to flick it on, but Doc loose. Kozanowski tips it to the outside on the right wing. No help there. And after the rolling ball to the near side has been Vincello. Lets it roll out, then picks it up for the throw-in. Pass to Hughes in the middle with the left foot. Sends it through midfield. And when floated over, Sedgwick, and up with the ball is Lucas in the middle. Mendez on him. Sedgwick moving in. Ball knocked loose of the Rhino 18, and Timmons will chip it off on the near side, and it rolls out of bounds. Throw in on the near side for the Rhinos. It'll be Sedgwick stepping up for the throw-in from his own 25. Again, we're in stoppage time at Frontier Field. Sedgwick stepping out with a long throw-in out the midfield. That floated over top of Mitchell, but across midfield, and Hughes with the left foot bangs it high in the air down to the Rhino 35. Steenkamp missed on the head ball. D'Alenzio stepping in. And it's turned to the outside. D'Alenzio with the left foot just delivers all the way downfield. Rolling ball to the end line, and getting to it, it's kept in by the keeper. After it's Zagar up the right wing side. Challenging Wilson. Zagar pass, and all he could do was put it out of bounds. As he almost had it taken away by Wilson. So a throw in midfield to the far side for the Rhinos. Hayes to take the throw in. Goes short on the throw in to Wilson, right back to Hayes along the midfield line. Steenkamp turns it to the outside of the left wing for D'Alenzio. And he'll drive it downfield, but into the chest of Maillard. Out with the ball on the far wing, turns back, holds it inside of his 18 to Zagar. Mitchell will challenge, and Zagar sends a low kick out to midfield. Stepping in to head it away, Steenkamp. That one sneaks away out of bounds on the far side. So it's throwing across the way for the Lynx from their own 35. Probably a minute or so remaining in stoppage time, and the ball played back inside. No, it's over. There's the whistle, and that ends it. So tonight, here in Rochester, the Rhinos finally able to hold on to one late as they score early and hold on the rest of the way. That's it tonight from Frontier Field in Rochester. The final score, Rochester Raging Rhinos 1 and the Toronto Lynx nothing. And this is the Raging Rhinos Radio Network.
Right
Rhinos Radio. AM 1040 WYSL Avon Rochester. FM 90.5 WBER Rochester.
You're at the Rhinos, Matt, and you're noticing how hard it is to score. The competition is so tough. Well, at Webster Chrysler Jeep's Used Car Center, we have neutralized the competition with acres of used cars and trucks. Not just Chryslers and Jeeps, but all makes and models. Used Fords and Chevys and Dodges and Toyotas and Nissans. And at Webster, we beat the book. Yes, we price many of our used cars and trucks for thousands below Kelley Blue Book published prices, and we'll show you the book. So for your next used car or truck, come to 211 Empire Boulevard or log on to WebsterChryslerJeep.com.
Umbro, the international soccer company, is proud to be an official sponsor of the Rochester Raging Rhinos and the United Soccer Leagues. Outfitting the world's best clubs and players, Umbro is also the official supplier to English powerhouse Manchester United and provides the Umbro Zeiss shoe worn by English superstar Michael Owen. Closer to home, Umbro is the uniform supplier of the Rhinos, providing official game jerseys, shorts, socks, and boots to the entire team. Umbro replica Rhino jerseys are available at the Rhinos team store at Frontier Field. Umbro, the international soccer company.
Blueberry Hill has made life worth living since 1995. From our spacious floor plans and 9-foot ceilings to our in-unit laundry and gas fireplaces, we'll make you feel right at home. Now we'd like to make life even more comfortable and convenient with our exciting new concierge and errand service. Whether picking up your groceries, dry cleaning, or taking you to the airport, Blueberry Hill will be there to make your life less stressful.
Rochester Raging Rhinos Soccer. WYSL 1040 AM and on the web at WYSL1040.com.
Well, at Frontier Field tonight, the fourth meeting of the year between the Rhinos and the Toronto Lynx. And Rochester comes away with a very slim 1-0 victory in this game. And on the night now, Rochester in 43 games played, a record of 13 wins, 5 losses, 4 ties, and again 43 points moves Rochester into first place in the Northeast Division. Rhinos move 1 point ahead of Montreal for the lead in the Northeast Division. Toronto Lynx have a record now 1 notch under 500 on the season, 9 wins, 10 losses, and 3 ties. Toronto a 9-10-3 record. And in the season series, the Rhinos win the series with 3 wins and a tie. Rochester with a 3-0-1 record against the Toronto Lynx this season. So the Rhinos coming up with a 1-0 victory, get back on the winning side after going winless in the previous 3 league matches. Play of the game tonight brought to you by Chase Pitkin. And we'll call up the goal scored by Ian Fuller back in the 33rd minute. That was the only goal scored on the night. Play of the game brought to you by Chase Pitkin, where you don't have to do it yourself. Best Rhino of the match. There were quite a few in this one tonight that had excellent games. Well, a shutout for Billy Andracki, so let's go with Andracki for the best Volvo, best Rhino of the game, brought to you by Rochester's exclusive Volvo dealership. See what you've been missing at 1500 University Avenue. And here is tonight's Tops Friendly Markets save of the game. Arione in behind Miller trying to knock it loose. Tips it ahead. Commodore moving up. Hurts. Oh, the ball blocked away. Commodore up and it goes down. Man, oh man, and Miller tried for the shot. It looked like, but a back heel to Commodore. Moved in. They're trying to chip it over. Zagarro got an arm on it. Knocked the ball down. Then Commodore went flying over him and never got to the ball on the backside. Big save by Zagar. Huge right there as he blocks the ball away from Commodore. Yeah, so that's the save of the game where the Rhinos had a chance to gain some insurance but could not. Zagar makes the stop. The save of the game brought to you by Tops, home of the Savings Card. Tonight you're at Frontier Field on a Friday night frenzy. We're awaiting the start of fireworks here tonight. As we had some fireworks going on in the field a little bit earlier, the Rhinos hold on for the victory here tonight against the Toronto Lynx. There go the fireworks, and we shall continue. Next up, the Mount Hope Diner postgame show from Frontier Field. Again, the final score tonight, Rochester Raging Rhinos 1, the Toronto Lynx 0. And this is the Raging Rhinos Radio Network.